Good morning, Cougars, and welcome to the 2015-16 school year. I'm your principal, Mr. Goodrich. I couldn't be happier to be here with you all. We have a very exciting school year planned for you with lots of fun events and tons of learning. What I want to do is I want to make sure that you know that the adults that are here on this campus are here to support you. That doesn't just mean that your teachers are here, but everybody else that's here on this campus. The people that are in the office, all the way down to the people that are in the lunch area. Everyone here wants to make sure you're a success. But being part of a success means that you know what you want for yourself as well. It means that you set goals for yourself. A lot of times when I talk to kids about what their goals are and what they want to accomplish, they tell me things like, I want to stay out of trouble all year, Mr. Goodrich, or I'm going to get all A's this year, Mr. Goodrich, in all of my classes. Now, I like both of those goals. I think they're very nice goals to have. However, I think it's really hard sometimes to have goals that are that big, that span over such a long period of time. It's hard to keep track of yourself. So one of the things I think is really important is that we start to chunk our goals up. You know, what kind of goals can we have day to day? I want to have a video for you to watch with a famous actor that I think a lot of you guys are going to recognize, and I think he sums up the idea of chunking your goals in order to accomplish a big thing. I'm going to go ahead and let him do the speaking for me.
One summer, his dad tore down a brick wall on the front of his business and told 12-year-old Will and his 9-year-old brother to rebuild it, a job they said was impossible. It took them 1.5 years, but they did it.
And he said, now don't you ever tell me it's something that you can't do.
You don't try to build a wall. You don't set out to build a wall. You don't say, I'm going to build the biggest, baddest, greatest wall that's ever been built. You don't start there. You say, I'm going to lay this brick as perfectly as a brick can be laid. And you do that every single day.
I'm sure that you've all recognized who that was. Will Smith. You know, he's a famous actor, an accomplished father, and a great person who gives back to his community. What I think was really interesting is that as he shared that story about his father, he talked about, you know, not building a wall, but simply laying one perfect brick at a time. And what we're going to do is we're going to work on doing that as a person, as a school site. We're going to try to lay one perfect brick at a time. And so what I want you guys to do is that instead of saying, I'm going to accomplish this year, Mr. Goodrich, I want you to say, today my goal is to blank. What do you want to accomplish today? What can you do today perfectly? And I think that what we're going to find is as time goes on and we continue to do those things perfectly each day, we're going to see something special. We're going to see our wall of learning continue to grow. So again, I ask you, what can you do today perfectly? Think about it. Talk to the people next to you. Share it with your teacher. And execute that throughout the day. We're going to do this very consistently throughout the school year. I think it's really important that we set measurable goals and we look to attain them each day. So, what I'd like to do now is introduce you to a really important piece of our staff, somebody that's new. He's down here from Los Angeles, and his name is Mr. Navarro. He's our assistant principal.
Good morning, Cougars. My name is Señor Navarro, but you can call me Mr. Navarro or Mr. N. I'm very happy to be here in San Diego as assistant principal of Cajon Valley Middle School. Before I worked here at Cajon Valley Middle School in San Diego, I was an AP teacher and a Spanish 1 teacher in Redondo Beach, Los Angeles County. And before that, I worked in Huntington Park, also in LA County. A little bit about my background, so you know a little bit about who I am, is that I was born in Mexico, in a small town in the state of San Luis Potosí. I was brought to this country when I was 5 years old. My parents wanted to immigrate to the United States, and we moved to Whittier when I was 5. When I moved to Whittier, the first thing that really opened my eyes was this big box in the living room that when you opened it up, a little light came on. And when you looked inside, it was really, really cold. That was the first experience I had with actually seeing a refrigerator. Just to give you an experience or an idea of the change that I went through moving from Mexico to the United States. I lived in the United States for many years. I went to school at Cal State LA and I graduated with a degree in communications and speech. But something was missing in my life. I wanted to go back to Mexico. I wanted to get in touch with my family and my country and really understand what my passion was in life. I went back to Mexico and I lived in the state of Jalisco for 3 years. I came back to the United States, and to enjoy the wonderful opportunities I have in this country, I went back to school and I got a credential in teaching Spanish. I traveled the world. I went to Asia, I went to North Africa, I went to Europe, and I went to Latin America, because I feel that traveling is a good way of getting to know people, and a good way of getting to know people who are different than you is a good way of getting to know yourself. I found out a lot more about myself when I started learning about other people. In the differences of other people, I found the similarities. And the similarities is that we're all human. So by now, you might guess that I like to travel. You should also know my favorite color is green. And I love to get to know people who are different. And I love to learn different languages and different cultures. I know that I'm going to have a great year at Cajon Valley Middle School, because I know that what you believe, and if you work hard enough, that what you believe is going to be a reality. And I know and I believe that we're going to have a wonderful year this year, my first year. So here's to a wonderful school year, Cajon Valley Cougars. And I look forward to meeting every single one of you.